The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.
Dr. Rice, in your speech tonight...
Andrea, can I ask a question? It's Chris Matthews.
Yes, Chris.
Andrea, could you ask the Secretary, her speech was so overpoweringly positive, but was it kind of a rejoinder to all the birtherism and the narrowness that she's heard in her party?
Your speech, Chris Matthews is saying, was so powerful and so positive. Was that a rejoinder to the narrowness and the birtherism that is certainly being heard in the Republican Party?
Well, I think on both sides of the aisle, frankly, we're hearing some voices for America to pull back. And it would be a shame if America pulls back because we've done so much good in the world. I did want to send a message that we have broad responsibilities to the world, but broad responsibilities here at home, too, to educate our people, to continue to welcome immigrants. And so that was the theme of the speech, and I had a great audience. It was well received.
You said in your speech, Dr. Rice, that a child born in the most segregated large city in the South, whose parents could not get you a hamburger at Woolworth's, taught you that you could be anything you wanted to be, including President of the United States and, of course, Secretary of State. You said specifically President of the United States. I know you've said you had no political ambitions, but that was a noticeable aspirational comment.
Well, I've said it many times. I think my father thought I might be President of the United States. I think he would have been satisfied with Secretary of State. I'm a foreign policy person, and to have a chance to serve my country as the nation's chief diplomat at a time of peril and consequence, that was enough. I'll go back and be a happy Stanford faculty member, and obviously I'll do what I can to help this ticket, but my life is in Palo Alto. My future is with my students at Stanford and in public service on issues that I care about, like education reform.
And do you feel that there has been a very troubling question of race and of prejudice in this campaign by the birther movement and those who espouse it?
The birther movement is an extreme, and there are extremes on both sides of the political spectrum. The great majority of people here, I think the great majority of people in the United States of America, believe that we are one America. We're not an America that is riven by race, although obviously race is still a factor in our lives. But the biggest place that race is a factor is for minority kids who are trapped in failing neighborhood schools.
You said that is the civil rights movement of our era.
That's the civil rights issue of our era, because if you are a poor parent and you cannot get your child into a school where they'll be well educated, we are condemning that child to a life of hopelessness. And so I do consider that the major civil rights issue of the day, and I hope that we can address it as a country.
Thank you very much. Condoleezza Rice, former Secretary of State, professor, and now obviously political orator.
The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.